A late-night cafe. Her eyes drift while you speak. Your jokes land, your spine doesn't, and the cup steams. She scrolls between your words, testing response windows without malice. You feel heat on your fingers and cold in her silence. Jung would call it shadow meeting animal at the table. You sell safety. She smells need leaking through the mask. You mistake warmth for strength. She measures boundaries, not volume. In the attention economy, constant access reads as cheap certainty. Good men who avoid lines lose coalitions and rooms. Later, firm standards restore fellowship. Steadiness outruns noise. You confuse access with intimacy. She respects delivery over presence. In dating dynamics, scarcity plus reliability feels like a forged blade. Choose fewer words over floods. Answer in full sentences. Say less for 24 hours. Let silence carry weight. This is masculine sovereignty. Social proof comes from delivery. The man who hides his shadow loses his. Center, then he loses the room. Center. Hold the cup without fidgeting. Watch the mirror clear. She will test the edge again. You won't chase. Boundaries speak in timing. Your replies arrive measured. When your center steadies, the room returns on its own. Deliver once, then disappear a while. Jung draws the map. Persona, mask, shadow, disowned will. Your mask is polite and useful, not a leader yet. You perform kindness to avoid conflict. The mirror sees fear. She tests whether goodness has structure or only softness. Define. Persona wins applause while shadow bargains behind your back. When you deny it, will leaks out as need. You outsource decisions to what she prefers, then resent her. Respect tracks integration, not volume. Steadiness under pressure counts when watched. Mirror. Clinical patterns echo this in agreeable men at work. They take extra loads, swallow conflict, and simmer quietly for years. Teams reward them with thanks, not authority, until boundaries arrive. When standards harden, coalitions follow delivery, not promises, and noise. Forge. Modern feeds reward persona, polished posts, instant response windows, and quick apologies. Attention economy metrics flatter the mask and drain center. Dating dynamics punish predictability. Cheap certainty kills polarity quickly. Scarcity plus reliability signals masculine sovereignty without theater. Sovereign. Animal is not an enemy, she is a gauge. Tests measure center, not niceness, reading friction and follow through. You can be warm and edged when integrated fully. Slow replies paired with delivery communicate earn distance without games. Measure. Consider relationships that reset after clear standards and kept timelines. A man stops over-explaining, sets hours, and ships work without apologies. Social proof shifts quietly. Respect returns in ordinary conversations. You stop chasing tone and start maintaining outcomes in practice. Reframe. Think chess. Position before moves, structure before gestures and consequences. Set squares you will never trade, even for applause. Your shadow is not evil, it is capacity under heat. Integrate it, or it returns as compliance and fog. Choose. Make it practical. 3 rules you live, not wishes this week. Write them, then cut one promise you cannot keep this week. Answer slower, deliver cleaner. Let actions do social proof. If your mask runs your life, every test becomes a trap. Trap. Jung names the trap. Projection hides appetite behind politeness. You fear being selfish, so you overcorrect with sugar. She reads the pattern and increases asks with a smile. You treat approval like oxygen, and your chest gets tight. Respect tracks integration. Shadow denial turns action into passive, loyal compliance. You preempt conflict by apologizing before a request appears. She rewards the predictability and moves the line again. In dating dynamics, cheap certainty kills polarity before desire breathes. Boundaries shrink when apology arrives before the ask. The mirror shows leverage growing from your soft edges. You offer clarity later and payment now, then regret. She learns you crave yes more than you protect boundaries. Attention, economy habits train, instant replies and explained, then respect thins. Dating dynamics rewards steadiness, not narrative maintenance. Workplace patterns echo the same chess on brighter floors. You take overflow tasks and skip the uncomfortable refusals. She praises reliability, then nominates someone else for authority. Teams follow standards and delivery. Persona applause does not promote. Respect follows kept standards under visible pressure. Projection mislabels your will as danger, so you bury it. You perform kindness to avoid conflict, and resentment salts goodwill. She senses the disowned edge and prices your word downward. Masculine sovereignty requires warmth plus a threshold, not excuses. Choose access or gravity. Choose presence or dependable outcomes. You say yes to dodge the mirror, and you pay. She pushes deadlines, changes plans, and watches you accommodate. Scarcity without delivery is theater. Delivery without scarcity is bland. Choose dependable outcomes over proximity and constant reassurance. Rules you live reset signals without arguments or public lectures. Shift response windows longer. Keep promises smaller, cleaner, fewer. She will test once more, and you will hold center. Replace sorry with no once, no story attached at all. Here is the board, and here is your queen leaving early. You traded your standards to stay liked and stay close. She sees the sacrifice and imagines more pieces for free. If you're predictable, you're priced. If you're priced, you're played. Mirror. Jung points the mirror at your consent, not her cruelty. Disrespect persists where it is cheap and unanswered. You taught her you'll eat the cost and smile. Own the part, withdraw permission where you kept. Paying. Shadow ownership means confronting the will you hid. You feared being harsh, so you outsourced decisions. She followed the softness and stepped past your line. Exhale. Integration starts when the hand stops hovering over yes. In the attention economy, apology becomes your default caption. Short messages multiply, your center thins between pings. You mistake silence for peace. You call conflict disloyalty. Exhale. Masculine sovereignty prefers fewer words and firmer boundaries. Jung again. The throne is empty when you flinch. A vacant seat invites tests to measure weight. She pushes response windows, then watches you explain. Exhale. Choose presence that delivers, not availability that dissolves. Think forge, not foam. When pressure heats your day, temper the edge. Do not melt into compliance. You mistake kindness for surrender. You confuse care with capture. Exhale. Dating dynamics respect steadiness more than immediate reassurance. Case pattern echoes in agreeable, teams and homes. Assertiveness training raised peer ratings where lines were clear. You taught her repetition works. You rewarded last-minute changes. Exhale. Revise the rules you live, then keep them. Social proof tracks pattern, not speeches about growth. Keep promises visible. Let the calendar show steel. Exhale. Outcomes speak. Explanations shrink. Make ownership practical with one clean sentence boundary. Name the slight. Name the standard. Drop the debate. You taught her you'll bend. You can teach closure. Exhale. Scarcity is honest when paired with reliable delivery. Write one sentence. I don't reschedule after arrival. Use it once this week without apology or lecture. She may test again. You will hold center. Ownership earns the right to change the game. Paradox. Warmth without a spine melts. Kindness needs a frame. Jung names the union, edge and empathy held together. She is reading the center, not the performance. Exhale. Polarity lives where presence meets principled limits and delivery. Let her feel heat and edge, not a flood of explanations. Your mask smiles, your shadow steadies the cup. Individuation is the handshake between fire and water. You can be caring without being captured by noise. Exhale. Attention, economy, rewards show, but respect tracks pressure outcomes. Desire thins when certainty is cheap and constant. Instant replies erase mystery and compress response windows. You can be generous without being available every hour. Exhale. Dating dynamics reward reliable cadence more than apologetic speed. Think forge, not foam. When tempers heat the day, temper grants edge without cutting those you value. She relaxes near warmth that doesn't beg for approval. Exhale. Masculine sovereignty is scarce access paired with kept promises. Mirror the truth, don't mirror her mood swings. If she spirals, you mirror standards, not the story. Fear sells fixes. The center sells nothing and delivers. Exhale. Social proof accumulates quietly when your boundaries stay visible. Protect calm by refusing the bait. Offer presence that fits the agreed container. Define scope, time, and exit before the favor starts. Kindness with limits deepens trust instead of buying compliance. Exhale. Generosity with contours prevents silent invoices later. Jung again. Union of opposites, practiced in small moments. Keep voice warm and spine unmoved. Through negotiation, Machiavelli cameo, mercy stands after order, structure protects goodness. Exhale. Order before mercy prevents resentment dressed as love. Choose quiet rituals over public reassurances. Weekly check-ins beat constant commentary and anxious texts. Scarcity guards polarity. Reliability guards safety and forward motion. Exhale. Your rules you live. Calibrate desire without theater. Let space breathe between meetings. Scarcity restores the spark. Make this practical in one clean step today. Offer help once with clear scope and fixed time. If she needs more, schedule more. Don't bleed everywhere. To hold desire, you must be able to stand alone. Dissent. Jung makes the path practical. Integration is behavior under pressure. You align words and delivery when the room tightens. You set tempo, you don't chase tempo. Position before moves, then move when the board demands. Position. Start with the calendar, not the mood or thread. Block focus, food, training, protect sleep like a contract. Office hours for messages, twice daily, then shut the gate. Exhale. Attention, economy, storms subside when your schedule holds. Chess. Batch replies prevent jittery apologies and preformative reassurance loops. You prove value by delivery, not presence or proximity. You choose fewer words and clearer ones with timestamps. Exhale. Dating dynamics. Respect cadence more than instant availability. Cadence. Decide what gets access and at which response windows. Family, mission, training, friends. The list is finite. Scarcity is honest when paired with reliable outcomes in view. Exhale. Masculine sovereignty grows when access follows earned priority. Sovereign. At work, pre-commit to scope, budget, and exit criteria. Tell them what you will deliver and what you won't. You minimize scope creep by naming trade-offs at the door. Exhale. High reliability teams operate with checklists, not vibes. Forge. With her, favor presence over constant commentary and anxious updates. Plan the date, keep the time, and hold the frame. You can be warm without bleeding access everywhere, always. Exhale. Polarity survives when warmth meets a steady backbone. Polarity. Audit your phone rituals. Remove the compulsive refresh temptations. Silence non-essential channels. Turn badges to 0. You are not paid to twitch. You are paid to deliver. Exhale. Quiet confidence begins when your hands stop fidgeting. Still, write 3 rules you live for the next 72 hours. Mine. Office hours twice. Deliver first. No. Planning by text. You will fail less when rules exist before real heat. Exhale. Individuation prefers structure to drama and flattery. Rules. Micro-action. Now. Install phone office hours 2 reply windows daily. Place the phone face down. Return after the work. If she pings outside windows, reply at the next window. With stance set, you can re-see her behavior without grievance. Integration. Jung reframes the test as information, not cruelty or fate. She measures your center when the mood pulls sideways. Respect tracks the union of warmth and edge. Exhale. See the mirror as signal, not accusation. Anima is a guide pointing at the unmapped room. She checks if kindness rests on an anchored throne. You don't fight tests. You pass them calmly. Respect grows when warmth sits beside consequence. Exhale. Attention, economy, noise fades when boundaries speak. Research echoes this. Consistent boundaries reduce conflict frequency. Fewer arguments appear when rules you live are legible. Dating dynamics stabilize when access is rare and reliable. Legibility beats volume when feelings spike. Exhale. Social proof grows quietly as delivery replaces commentary. Drop the grievance story. Choose responsibility without drama. You don't punish. You clarify once, then return to work. She reads response windows and outcomes more than speeches. Exhale. Masculine sovereignty prefers steadiness over emotional theater. Mirror the standard, not her temporary weather or tone. Name the line. Keep the consequence visible and small. You can be caring without being captured by requests. Exhale. Scarcity, paired with reliability, sustains polarity and trust. Remember, she calibrates your center by watching patterns. Cheap certainty invites management. Steady cadence invites respect. You stop chasing tone and start guarding position. Let outcomes speak while calendars guard space. Exhale. Hold the throne by keeping promises in pressure. Micro-action. Next test. Name the standard once. Then pivot. Say, I don't change times after arrival. Then continue. Observe without flinching. Deliver what you kept. With respect restored. Aim above comfort. Mission. Jung's self gathers the parts and sets direction. When persona and shadow reconcile, life becomes legible. You don't need louder, you need truer. Exhale. A few rules you live align pressure and peace. Choose endgame thinking, not mid-game performance. Chess favors position before moves, clarity before speed. You don't need more, you need fewer. Kept. Exhale. Attention economy storms fade when outcomes anchor identity. Standards precede kindness, so kindness can stand. Forge the spine that warmth can rest upon. Boundaries, then generosity. Order, then mercy. Exhale. Masculine sovereignty pairs scarcity with delivery, not theater. Define the brand you carry when nobody is watching. Let dating dynamics feel cadence, not constant explanation. Exhale. Social proof accumulates. When response windows stay consistent, write 3 rules you live, not wishes or moods. Mine, office hours twice. Deliver first. No negotiating standards. You prove value by delivery, not presence or proximity. Exhale. Your calendar becomes the throne that steadies tone. Publish to yourself and one friend within 20 minutes. Commit to 72 hours without edits. She may test. You answer once, then execute. Exhale. Scarcity turns from game into legible reliability. Guard the edge by refusing nervous, apologetic speed. Speak small, keep times, ship work, and close loops. If invited to overextend, choose a planned later. Exhale. Boundaries create safety that desire can breathe within. Start now. Etch your 3 rules on paper and phone. Send the note, block windows, set alarms, and leave. Hold them for a week. Observe the room change. Keep them for a week. The room will feel it. Standard.